guest announcer, Robbie Carlo. We have with us in the studio today, supervising producer and head writer of the Nighttime Show, Matt Walker, and Lars, Steven Universe, Cartoon Network, Big Time Rush, Han, Two Broke Girls, the winner in Celebrity Cupcake Wars, Matt Moy. And here's your host, the amazing blazing Stephen Kramer Glickman.
I think he almost said the Matt Time Show. We should change the name.
Wow. Maybe we should change it to the Matt Time Show.
It's 50% Matts today.
Oh, God, Robbie. You're getting better. You're getting better than last time.
Yeah.
And you've got a new shirt. Look at you.
It's all Hawaiian.
That's a Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah.
It's one of the...
It's very tropical.
Is that from the Gabriel Iglesias collection?
I was trying to make it my thing, but then I found out somebody already did it.
There's already a fat guy in Hawaiian shirts.
That's already a thing.
Yeah.
We've already done it. I have a Hawaiian shirt. We all fat guys have at least one Hawaiian shirt.
Do you all have like a Tommy Bahama shirt? Isn't
we
that
all
like the
have
brand?
one. It's a thing when you hit like a certain weight.
What's the
guy
weight?
just shows up. It's like 250 pounds.
Oh, that low?
Something like that.
I thought it was gonna be like 347 or
No,
something.
at 250, a guy shows up to your house and he goes, "All right, here you go. Here's your
fat guy shirt.
Here's your fat guy shirt." And you go, "Oh, thank you so much." And then you wear it proudly. And then every time, you don't know when it's time to change up to the next one.
Yeah.
A guy shows up at your house, right?
Okay, he just
brings you the next one. I have like five.
That's exactly how it happened. Only it was with Amazon Prime.
This is the UPS guy brought the shirt.
This is actually a commercial for Amazon Prime.
I love Amazon Prime.
It really
So do I.
is.
You can watch my comedy special on Amazon Prime for free.
You really can.
You should do that.
Before we introduce our guest, I know you already kind of introduced him, but before we get him in here, I just want to tell you one real quick thing that happened. So I did this Twitter party and Twitter campaign thing
For
Dole the fruit company.
Yes.
Okay. And bananas and pineapples, right? And so here's
That's why Robbie wore the Hawaiian shirt.
Right,
He's like, it's very
to
tropical
celebrate
today.
Yeah.
So they gave me a bunch of coupons for like free salads and free bananas I could just give away to my friends.
I got a coupon for free bananas, and I was going to try to use it, but I realized the store I was at only sold Chiquita bananas, so I couldn't use it there, so I have to go to a different
Chiquita.
grocery store.
That's what I say.
Yeah.
We don't like Chiquita in this part of town. We're a Dole part of town. This is Dole
Suck it,
part of
Carmen
town.
Miranda.
Yeah, Carmen Miranda. You weirdo. Anyways, what ended up happening was I saw Mike Black the other night, and I had in my wallet a Dole
fruit coupon,
salad coupon. It was for free salad, and so I go, "Hey, Mike, I got this for you," and I hand it to him, and he goes, "What is it?" And I go, "It's a coupon for free salad, free Dole salad," and he goes like this. He just and ripped it up into a bunch of pieces and then threw it in my face. And I was like, "What the fuck was that for?" And he goes, "What? This is just a joke." I go, "That was a free salad." And he goes, "What do you mean?" I go, "Look, here's another one. It's a free. It's free. You go to this grocery store, they give you a free bag of salad." He goes, "Oh my God, if that doesn't say enough about my life, then he's like, if that doesn't say enough about Mike Black, that he wouldn't even accept a free salad. He just tore it up and threw it at me like a joke." But
I would eat a free salad.
I know you would.
Yeah.
You are yeah.
You mean to say I am a free salad?
I am. You are a free salad.
You are a free salad. That's the worst.
You are a free salad.
That's the dumbest comeback.
Oh God, I have horrible comebacks. I've never been good at it. But you know who has been good at it on his TV show Two Broke Girls? Is this wonderful actor. This guy, his career is incredibly extensive. He's been on Tim and Eric, awesome show, great job. You saw him on Scrubs for a very long time. All sorts of amazing shows. iCarly, he was on iCarly. He was on. I met him on Big Time Rush. He was in the movie No Strings Attached with Ashton Kutcher. Lots of great stuff that we can talk about.
In the theater.
We did see that in the theater because I love dragging you to movies like that.
The worst gay date ever.
Yeah, it was really a bad date for you.
We're going to talk about another gay date.
Yes,
by the way.
we are. We're going to talk about a bunch of gay dates. And we can do that because Robbie's here. So because Robbie is a gay man, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
It hasn't changed in the last week.
I just want to make sure
Are you
nothing's
still gay
changed. Are you still gay today? That would be a great name for a show, and we should do that. But you know him mostly for his over 120 episodes of Two Broke Girls, one of our favorite shows. He plays Han on the show, and he's incredible. Ladies and gentlemen, Matthew Moy is here. Yes!
What up? What up?
America!
Thank you, guys.
Bringing
Thank
the heat.
you.
I got to teach you guys something. If you're going to applaud for somebody, applaud in front of the microphone.
Oh, not but
Because if you applaud down here,
down here.
they can't hear, but up here.
More.
There you go.
Let's all applaud for him again. Matthew Moy!
Oh, thank you.
That's the
Oh,
appropriate
he's
amount of
here,
applause.
and we're happy you're here. When does your first rap album come out? That's what I want to know. Oh, because you
I'm
should
currently compiling it. Yeah. So
Like
far, I
in the
do a rap
computer?
about money.
do it. Yeah.
Do you have a rap name picked out?
What? Grandmaster Moy,
Grandmaster Boy. That's actually not bad.
That would be a great, yeah.
DJ Kite, and Grandmaster Moy.
My God, is that you and Jonathan Kite?
Yeah.
Jonathan's a great guy. He's on the show.
Terrible DJ.
Yeah, horrible DJ.
Seems like it.
Yes, he's been on the nighttime show twice, I believe. We've had him on the show.
Had him on the live
He's
show a couple times.
Incredibly funny, super funny. Your career is super extensive, and you've been on a ton of shows. What's your recognizability? Is that a word? What is it like? Who recognizes you out on the street? Like who stops you like when you're out in the world?
Oh, I feel like they're
Like what age group? Like who grabs you?
either little kids or people who watch Two Broke Girls.
Yeah.
But the little kids, they'll recognize me from like all that kid stuff like Big Time Rush or iCarly or some random Disney things because they're playing that all the time when they get home from school,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, kids shows are just rerun central. They just run them into the
They're
ground.
currently playing all the Disney movies this month. Like,
Have you been in a lot of
24/7.
Disney movies?
No, but I know that.
Have you been watching a lot of Disney movies?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you had kids or something.
No kids. No kids.
No kids?
No.
kids. Are you?
I do
are
not
you,
prefer children.
Are you? Are you
neither.
dating? You have
A child?
No. I mean a lady. Are you dating?
Well, he meets a lot of children. Establish that.
No.
No, not dating anyone right now.
No.
Single out there, ready to
Single
mingle.
as F.
Yeah.
Are you dating someone in between?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there
Well.
someone that we can? What are you into?
No
what's-
shout outs right now.
Who are you into? What kind of? What's your like perfect kind of lady? What's your type?
Oh, I really like. There's a fine line between like bitchy and ambitious. I like.
So, are you dating your boss, Whitney Cummings? Because that sounds like
No, but I love her. But no.
Yeah.
No. I don't know. I like controlling women.
Yeah. Okay.
I like domineering women.
Lisa Lampanelli.
My
We
girl-
had her on the show.
Yeah, I know. She's great.
I thought you
Yeah.
said you like controlling women.
I do.
Like controlling women.
No.
like-
He
like
likes a
putting them on a
woman who
leash.
is in control.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah. No, like my girlfriend is.
Controlling women.
My girlfriend's very tough. My girlfriend is
Yeah.
is a bitch. Everybody kind of knows, like in a good
Not
way.
to me.
And see, that's where you draw the line.
But she refers to herself that way. Like she knows that she's like I wouldn't say she's a bitch. She's like a tough bitch.
If she
you know?
wasn't, your life would fall apart.
Yeah, no, absolutely. She slaps me around, keeps me in line because if it wasn't for her, I'd spend all my money on candy, which is
Yeah.
what I spent all my money on before we got together. Like she'd be like, "Where are you?" Like Matt would be like, "Where are you going tonight?" I'd be like, "The candy store. I'm gonna go buy."
That's literally a thing.
I'm not kidding you. I'd go to the candy store at a
The one at
Universal
Hollywood and
City
Highland.
Walk. Yep, the one at Hollywood and Highland
Oh,
and
sweet,
Universal
yeah.
City
Yeah.
Walk.
We're so advanced now. You can subscribe to a candy box every month.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Japan Box is a box where they send you
Japanese candy?
Japanese
Oh
candy
my
in the
God,
mail.
Japanese candy.
Oh my god, it's so.
I have a bunch of Japanese candy in my apartment right now because my roommate just got back from Japan and he brought back a bunch of Japanese snack food.
Really?
Yeah, do you
You
want
should
some?
bring it in.
Did you bring a lady too?
Yeah,
No,
bring in
just
Japanese lady.
candy.
What about have you ever dated anybody Japanese or of
No, I've been interested in Japanese people, but no.
What is your racial type of girl? that you
I like everybody.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have a racial type, Robbie?
I like black men.
Okay. Now, can
I'm
we
just
get
a
into,
progressive white guy. I love black men.
Can we get into Robbie's date? Because I There are things I want to ask that I don't want to know the answers to, but I kind of want to ask anyways.
We need to know. Here's the thing. I'm going to just read you a text. This is a real thing that happened.
Robbie
Matt,
likes black men.
Yeah, no, Matt, you need to know about this, and I apologize for bringing this up with you here, but it's important because it's a real thing that really happened. I got a text from
Robbie.
From Robbie, and this is what the text said. It said, wait, I'm waiting for it. Hang on.
Dude, how many texts does Robbie send you? Were you able to scroll back this far?
A lot of text.
Holy, what a fucking conversation this is.
Oh my God, this is a mess.
Robbie, you're writing novels.
I do write novels.
That could have been the text too. Oh my God, this is a mess.
Okay, so we can cut some of this, right? we can pretend.
Are you looking for the text I sent you that night that it happened?
Yeah.
It was on Facebook.
Oh, that's why. It's on Facebook. All right. Okay. All right. This is a great conversation that we're having. Robbie sent me a text about it was like late one night too. It was middle of the night, and we
were here at the Improv when you got it.
Realized, yeah, we were here. We were hanging out.
Oh my God, I thought you were at
You
home.
never really realize how strong your relationship is as friends until you get a text that just says, hey, guess what happened to me last night? And I go, what? And he goes, got fucked. And I go, wow, that's great, dude. Congrats. Oh, no. Here's what you did. You wrote, hey, this may be weird, but I wanted to let you know. And then he sent me, I just had sex, the YouTube video.
I had been holding on to that for the longest time.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to.
And I wrote back, good
That's
for
how you want me
good
to
for
break
you,
it to-
buddy.
No,
and that's
no.
all. I don't want to know anything else. That's all I want to know. But I know that there's a
I have
black guy involved.
questions.
Okay.
Oh my God, I do the same thing.
You do the
There's
same
nothing
thing?
wrong with that.
You text.
Yeah.
You text. I
I'm
just had
I'm
sex?
very proud of
Every time you have
when
sex?
I become one with another woman,
Absolutely.
and I want my supportive friends to know.
Sure. That's
Yeah.
part of the deal. Look,
Now,
I've
this
called
is an
Matt
important one for
in-
Robbie because this
Yeah.
is the first one, right?
Yeah.
Was this the first?
The first one.
It was like
This is a virginity situation.
yeah, that's why I sent you the
This
thing.
is a big deal. It's a big
See,
deal.
this
Big deal.
was a big
In fact,
deal.
We're
hold on.
talking about Robbie's
Applause
virginity.
for
Applause
Robbie
for
losing
Robbie's
virginity.
virginity. You did it. You got it.
Mazel.
Matt, I forgot to tell you, I last night I had a little fireball moment.
Another one?
Yeah, well, I've been having a lot of fun recently.
They're
and,
a lot of fun. They're great. I love the fireball.
They really are. Glazer, you know anything about this? About these fireball moments?
Oh, real fun time.
Oh, they're so great. What happens is when you drink Fireball whiskey, then things just get a little crazier. Like life just gets a little brighter and more exciting.
where were
And-
you?
Well, I was at a Sportsman's Lodge. You know that
Oh, yeah.
place? The
used
old.
to do stand up on a patio
Oh God!
where you get heckled by buses driving by.
Yeah. So that's what happened is I was there and I was hanging out, just relaxing. I had a couple drinks, a couple of shots of Fireball, and I took a little wander around. I was doing a little wander into this little forest behind Sportsman's Lodge. Did you know
there's
there's
a forest back there?
Yeah, there's a forest over
You
there.
find so many weird forests in
Oh,
LA.
yeah, there's
It's
a lot of
amazing.
forest. There's a lot of greenery out here. I'm wandering around through the forest. I'm having a nice little time. I have a bottle of Fireball with me, as per usual. And I'm walking around, and what do I see? But I saw a fairy.
Really?
Yeah, it was just floating there.
Did you talk to it? What happened?
Yeah, I was like, "Hey, are you real?"
I'm real. I'm just as real as you are.
Wow, you're so bright.
Oh, well, that's because I came from heaven.
Oh my gosh. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Is that where all fairies are from?
Well, we live everywhere. Some live in heaven, and some live in the United Arab Emirates.
Oh, I didn't realize that's where they live. That's so fascinating. Hey, so what are you doing out here in the forest? You having a good time?
Well, I came for you.
You did?
Yes,
What?
I came with a message.
Oh, you did? What's the message?
Little Mr. Glickman hopping through the forest, scooping up the field mice and popping them on the head. You can't do that. Put down your fireball, time to sober up.
Oh, I love that song. Hey, would you like, hey, Fairy, would you like a shot of this Fireball whiskey?
Yeah.
All right, here you go. Try it out.
Oh, wow, that just goes right down.
Yeah, so do I. And then I made sweet, sweet love to that fairy in the woods. And it was the greatest experience of my life. Fireball whiskey. You never know what's going to happen. All right, let's get back to the show.
Now, because you fooled around with guys before, but this is the
This was
first
the
time
first
you
time.
actually.
It was the black cherry popper.
Okay.
Jesus
Whoa.
Christ.
Because before,
Wow.
I remember you.
Sounds decadent.
You blew.
Hedonism.
It was like the story was, I think you blew a guy watching Scary Movie 2.
No, Big Mama's house.
Big Mama's House 2.
What is wrong with you? That is a great movie.
3. It was the third one. It was the one where Martin
did you-
Lawrence and his kid went in drag.
Oh, wow.
And you were like, I just have to blow somebody down. That's
I'm so turned on by this movie, by Martin Lawrence's performance.
Did he use the popcorn trick on you?
No,
a
no,
hole in the
Did he
box.
fool you?
no. I was.
You knew what you were doing.
Yeah, no. I was like, this is like. I don't have like that kind of, oh, you know what, this probably isn't the movie I should blow somebody at, but I was bored and I thought, you know what, I should just blow this guy.
Are you saying if Martin Lawrence was more entertaining, you wouldn't have blown the guy?
Probably, I don't know, probably not. I probably would have waited.
Oh, Martin Lawrence. Changing lives.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, so the other, I know you've been on the hunt for some D for a while. You've been
Good
talking
D.
about it,
Good D.
Good D.
and
Good
you always
D.
said you wanted the guy to take you out and wine and dine you. Did that happen?
No,
Okay.
All right.
no.
So how did you
How
meet
did,
this?
how did this
person?
happen?
Grinder.
Grinder. Oh, okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Shout out to Grinder.
All right.
Yeah.
Good job, Grinder.
Whoop whoop.
This Robbie's virginity brought to you by Grinder.
So, did you meet him at a public place, or did you just go over to his house? Did he come over? How'd that work out?
No, like, I got a message from him, just like, "Hey, cutie, how you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, wow, this is like a new blend of words that I haven't heard before."
And what did he look like?
He was this Middle Eastern dude. Like, when I
Nice.
first saw him, like he was like, like you knew that English wasn't his first language, kind of situation.
He looked like an Uber driver.
Was he? Was he my Uber driver?
Maybe. But like he came downstairs and he had like.
So
not
how
sweat-
old?
You met him at his house.
Yeah,
You went over there. Okay, so how old was he?
I'm not gonna fuck him in my like one room apartment.
Yeah,
where
there's no
Sure.
room.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
Just
Come on.
how-
You have
about how old?
standards.
probably about like 35, 36.
Okay, older man.
Right?
I
That's,
like
that's not too old. That's
it's
nice. That's a good age.
Reasonable. Yeah, 10-year difference. Whatever. It's all good.
No, it's great for me. You know,
I've dated way more than 10-year difference.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, it's fine.
With neck braces. You wouldn't believe the horror shows
into
this
that one
guy
later.
gets into.
Yeah.
and he's like still swallowing.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, so what happened? So you get over there. Matt, are you cool with this? We're cool? We're all
Yeah.
good?
So
Are
we're
you
all
cool
good,
with
yeah.
this?
All right, so tell
Yeah.
me what
I
happens
mean, it's
here.
your personal life, not mine.
I just want to make sure.
I'm just not gonna say names.
All right, well, don't say his
We're
name.
not
But
asking names.
you go over to his place. You meet him downstairs. He takes you up.
Oh, like this is like the best first impression
What
I've ever
what
had.
time of night was this?
Like 9:30ish,
You guys are writing the
39.
script right now.
Yeah.
and
Did he live alone or did he live with two broke girls? I want to see if I can get all the names of all the shows you've been in into this
Sure.
conversation.
I can't wait.
he lived alone. It was a really nice 2-bedroom apartment. It's like, you know those apartments on La Brea that they just finished building. Mm-hmm. It was one of those. Like it
Okay.
was in that area. So I was like, oh yeah, sure. You know, like a nice apartment. I wasn't gonna
Okay.
go to like Compton and be like, oh, I need some D from here. No, if I'm gonna get some black D, they're gonna have to be like Thousand Oaks, Woodland Hills.
But this
black
wasn't
D.
a black guy. This was a
No.
Middle
Wow.
Eastern guy.
Middle Eastern. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
A person of color.
Did you guys decide ahead of time that there would be no strings attached?
Well, it came
Very
like,
nice.
It was later in the situation. It's later that it happened.
Okay, so you go there. He takes you upstairs.
Yeah, but
and
no,
you go inside.
Well, here's how he made his first impression, right? Like he walks downstairs.
I feel like we're on Love Connection right now.
You
And they
are.
come back and they talk about the
You
story.
Are.
I'm chuckling.
you're the operator on Loveline right now.
I'm totally.
Just let him tell the story.
Okay.
So he's wearing like kind of like purple slacks, like
Wait, what? Who wears purple slacks?
velvety purple slacks.
Was it Grimace?
Was he the Joker?
No.
Oh my god.
He walks out and he's got kind of a satiny shirt, and it's like cut like this. Like you can't see it because I'm talking, but like you could just see like it was
So
like
he had a bunch of chest hair
bushel
hanging out.
chest hair. Like he had his freaking
Was there a gold chain
yeah.
and a medallion?
Oh.
Did
And
he call you my friend?
Yes.
Oh my god.
He grabs you by the face and like, it's so pretty. And
Wow.
I really like my friend Jason always says you're somebody's type. Like you are somebody.
Yes.
I'm like okay, yeah, sure, but like
If there's one thing I've
This
learned
is-
from watching Maury, everyone is somebody's type.
Absolutely.
he was very good looking.
So
man.
okay, so he's a handsome man. He
Very
meets you, greets you, my friend, brings you upstairs.
Yeah.
What happens?
I didn't know what to do, and it seemed like he was like. So we're just like kind of sitting, talking for a little bit. We turn on Netflix on his TV.
Netflix and chill.
Netflix and chill.
There we go.
I figured that was okay. That's how we started
He's
off.
using
right?
all the moves.
What did you watch on Netflix?
We were watching
Big
American
Mama's
Dad.
House 3?
We were watching
American Dad.
American Dad.
American Dad. Yeah.
That turns me on
Real
so
nice.
much. American Dad.
That's
every
like
time.
a lovely personality this guy has.
Yeah,
He's so
I like
chill.
this guy. Before you know it, you could end up being accidentally in love.
Maybe I don't know.
Oh yeah, I did that too with Fred Willard. Yeah.
This sounds kind of like a story involving Fred Willard.
Fred was not there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Keep
We all
going.
missed his presence.
What happened?
Yeah.
What happened here?
So he's like, so who are you? What do you do? And I'm like, my name's Robbie, and I'm a comedian. And
So how much conversation did you have on Grindr before you went over there?
like
He doesn't-
I was just like, hey, responding back, and he's like, so what are you doing tonight? Nothing really.
So that's it. It's like, hey, what are you doing? Nothing. Want to come over and hang out? And you're like, yeah, let's do it.
It's the same
Well,
way
no, it
on
was like-
Tinder.
Well, kind of. He was like, where do you
I
live?
wish that was the same way with Tinder. Tinder's not that fast.
That's yeah.
I mean, I'm not on TV, so. it might
Well,
be a little
I mean,
different
yeah.
for me.
No,
But you
I know
wouldn't-
what you're talking
Yeah.
about.
You wouldn't
Sometimes,
need-
sorry.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
I've had that happen before, but not on Tinder. But yeah,
Yeah.
okay. I
Yeah,
get it.
but like once you're on TV, you can like get pussy on demand. Like there's like
Can
a
you?
service.
Let's see.
I'm
No,
sure.
that's not true.
I don't
can?
think it's true.
Like Instacart, but like you just send somebody out to bring you back pussy or
Yeah,
something.
but you know what? People can you can get pussy if you're on TV, but you have getting good good
You
stuff.
can get pussy. It's not the pussy you want.
So like you have to go to like back alleys
Wise
and get
words.
You have to find good people, and that's hard.
Yeah.
That's hard. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody can get like some, crappy lady that'll hang out and, take your money.
Well, like on some of these dating apps, sometimes women just want to say hi to me just for the fact that they want to say hi to me. They're like, "Oh, we were talking to Matt Moy,"
Yeah.
but then they stop.
But then
and they
they're not
ghost.
actually-
I've
Yeah.
seen that happen. I'm not going to say who I've seen it
Yeah.
with, but I've seen it happen with other. You know what? I don't mind saying who it is. Josh Sussman,
Yeah.
our dear friend from
Yeah.
Glee, had
Oh,
a
yeah, yeah.
very similar type of situation
Yeah.
where girls were talking to him on dating places just to say they were talking to him, but then after, like, he didn't, like, he went out with enough of those people where someone ended up being like they'd want to meet up so they could like take a picture with him, basically.
Oh.
Like that horrible situation.
That's the
rough.
worst.
That's rough.
He did this enough. I think he probably went out with like 15 to 20 of these people, and then like the 20th person was like a nice girl who was
Hey.
actually into him, and now they're like dating and hanging out.
That's lovely.
But it's a really tricky situation, man.
And
Like,
then he
'cause-
sends you horrific texts.
yeah, because you also seriously.
Sometimes I just see these pictures and I go, "Oh, you're not into me." Oh,
Yeah.
come on.
it's it's such a tricky.
Okay, the one like that, are you on Bumble?
Yeah.
That's the one where, like, you fired up and you're like, this is like a Victoria's Secret model. Are you serious? But
Well, one, you think, are you a robot?
yeah.
Right.
Number two,
Have you had bad dating situations happen to you? Like what's
like on Bumble or Tinder?
Any of these
Not
places.
on Bumble or Tinder, but
Just in
yeah,
general.
in real life. Sure, we all have. Right?
what
Yeah.
kind of situations have happened?
How extreme do you want me to go?
As extreme as you got.
Um,
We're going to get into some details from Robbie later. They're going to.
Yeah, we'll come
make
back
us
to
vomit.
Robbie.
sometimes I get girls, who lead me on. A lot of people in my life are just attracted to my energy. one, I'm on a hit TV show. Two,
Sure.
a lot of actors, they like to feed off of that successful actor energy. Like maybe they'll rub off, or I'll rub off on them.
Do you get like the actresses who are like they try to latch on to you because they think you're going to help their career in some way?
And they don't intentionally do it; they just naturally do it. It's like if you I don't know, this is a bad analogy, but if you wanted to learn martial arts, it's just you automatically trying to become Bruce Lee's best friend, you know?
Yeah, you feel like you're gonna learn some sort of secret.
You're gonna pick
or
something up,
something's gonna
you know?
happen. Yeah, no, I
and
totally
then
get
what
that.
happens is all these people want your time exclusively, and then you're like, oh, well, we're like,
Yeah, no, I'll never forget. There was like a guy that I was friends with when I first moved out here.
Yeah.
That I mean, we're talking, back in the day, like 12, 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And there was a guy who was very, very successful, or I
Yeah.
thought he was very successful. He came from a very successful family. His mom was Talia Shire from
Oh, yeah.
from
I remember him.
Rocky. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
We went to her house
and
for a Christmas party.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I knew that he was like a producer, and he had kept inviting me over to his house to like hang out. And I felt like the more that I hung out there, that I thought that was like really important time, that I would like somehow break into the business accidentally, or
Francis
something
would come by
great.
and be like, "Hey, I'm making another
Right, I'm making-
Godfather.
Yeah, you look like you could
You
be
could-
in the
you could-
Godfather movie or
We're
something.
rebooting
right?
The Godfather. You could play Vito Corleone.
Right.
That's what you thought was going to happen.
Oh, then I get to be in a movie. Like I kept thinking that something like that was really important.
Yeah.
And it wasn't. Like he ended up, I didn't even realize how big a fucking idiot this guy was. Like this kid, he's Jason Schwartzman's younger brother. And he's, from all those movies and stuff. This guy, this kid, this younger brother, dumb as a bag of dicks. Like he had no career, nothing going on. And he was like horrible to hang out with, and would be drunk all the time. And I don't drink really. And like, but I thought that there was something about that was like a really good idea. And it happens. Like, it doesn't matter what part of your career that you're in. If you meet someone who's really successful in your career, like,
yeah, you just glom onto them.
yeah, you want to be around because you feel like something. And I've had it to happen too, where people want to like hang out with me in a weird way, and you're like, why is this? And you feel it. You can
And
feel
you're
that
like,
energy.
Why
and
aren't
it's
you
weird.
blowing me?
Right, right.
Why aren't
That's
you
why
just
hang
on
out with me,
my
blow
lap?
me. You gotta blow me if you're.
That's
It's
why,
always a weird question to ask while getting a blowjob. Like, why are you blowing me? Like, just tell me, like, who I am as a person to you.
Right. Are you interested? It's tricky. That's some tricky shit. Where are you from originally, man?
I'm from San Francisco.
I know we've been
born
jumping
in
all
Frisco.
over the place, but where
Yeah,
you're originally from San Francisco?
Born and raised in San Francisco. I live near Twin Peaks, between the bosom and the bush. That's what I say.
Oh my
The bush is
God.
Presidio, and the bosom is Twin Peaks.
Where's your family from? Are they from out here as well?
Yeah, they're from San Francisco. My grandma is from Santa Barbara. Yeah, we've
Are
been
you
here for a while.
are you a Giants fan?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna have to stab you now.
Oh God.
I grew up in Southern California. I was born there, but we grew up here, and I'm a Dodger fan, and that's
Yeah,
what
I
we
get
do.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's our
I
thing.
thought the Giants were in New York.
Who won the World Series?
That's the New York Football
Who
Giants. Robbie.
won the World Series?
Who won the World Series? That's the real question.
Well, last year it was the Kansas City Royals.
Yeah,
who
it
won the
wasn't
World
us
Series.
last year, but we won one of the years.
I know you did.
You've won 3 World Series.
Yeah.
yeah.
So, who was someone acting in your family? Was there an actor in your
No.
family? You're the only one.
No, yeah.
Wow.
How'd you get into that?
I was good at it.
Were you doing it in community theater? Were you doing theater growing up?
I did a
or-
little theater in high school, but that was mostly to do something with my friends.
Sure.
My dad taught at my high school, so I got to go to that high school for pretty much for free.
Private
And,
school
you know,
then?
Yeah, it was a private Jesuit
Okay.
school. Yeah. So I was always known as Mr. Moy's son, and I kind of also there was a little bit of me that just wanted to get out of that. So I started doing theater to do with my friends, and eventually, the funny thing is, when I graduated, he was known as Matt Moy's dad.
Yeah.
Which
Oh,
is
wow.
an
Talking
interesting
about-
dynamic. But I just did it in high school for fun with my friends because it was something to do. But I never thought of it as a tangible career. No.
Did you do plays or musicals?
I did both.
Yeah. What musicals did you do?
I did Hello Dolly. I did one called Starmites. I did Oh God, I can't remember, but I
love
it's
it.
Wild.
This
down
is
there.
how you tell the difference between Steven and me. We're best friends, but he asks the musicals question and I ask the sports question.
Right,
Very different.
exactly. My first thing I go to is, "Hello, Dolly. Who did you play and what song did you
Yeah.
sing?"
The only time, the only way they
Barnaby.
converge, if we watch Damn Yankees, then they converge.
Yeah,
a
that's the
little
only
bit.
time. That's the only
time.
time that we have anything in common.
I popped my kneecap out one time in a performance.
Really?
Yeah,
Doing
I was
what?
in my junior year. I was doing a little shtick as in The Man Who Came to Dinner. That was a play.
Hey, all right.
I played banjo, and I was doing like this sort of half splits thing. And I guess I have loose kneecaps. I have loose ligaments in my knees, so my knee just went out, and the front row could hear it. And I landed on the ground, and the world stopped, and I thought the show was over, and I was like, curtains close. And then my buddy on the stage, who played the main character, Robert, he kept going on. I'm just thinking, what the hell are you doing, Robert?
That's the best trend right there.
So
The show must go on.
I
Yeah.
popped my kneecap back in, and we kept doing the scene. We did the whole show.
God.
That's why he's successful today.
You know
That's
what?
the dedication it takes.
Check this out.
Survivor.
First time we did the nighttime show live, we were at
The Lyric?
The
Yeah.
Lyric
One of the
Theater.
first
One of the
shows.
first times we ever did the
Love
show.
the Lyric. Yeah.
Great time,
Seen
super
some great
super
shows
fun.
there, yeah.
We got very lucky. We were able to move the show from the Lyric Theater to the Hollywood Improv, where we tape the podcast as well, to Saturday night 10 p.m., which has been a sexy ass way to do a show. So
Sexy.
cool. But first time we did the show at the Lyric Theater, I got up on stage, I did the monologue, and I did not see the edge of the stage and fell face first into the audience and broke my foot at the beginning of the show.
I'm glad you didn't break your face.
Oh yeah, I was in a white suit. I went face first into the crowd, stood up, hobbled up to the desk, sat down behind the desk, put my foot up inside the desk, and by the end of the show, my foot was the size of a fucking watermelon, and I had to go to the ER. But we did the whole show.
But
We did
not
2 hours.
until after we walked to Pink's half a block away.
We went with my mom and my family to Pink's for dinner, and
With a
they
broken foot.
Why
broken
didn't
foot.
your parents say you look injured?
My mom was like, walk it off. You'll be fine. She just thought I was kind of
Mom.
She was like, no one, unless you really were watching, because the lights were very dark, went dark on stage. So unless you were watching and you saw how hard I fell, most people were just
people thought it was a
oh.
pratfall.
Yeah, they thought it was like a joke.
They thought he was being Chevy Chase. And
Yeah.
Good job, Steven.
yeah.
Hey, that's how it goes,
It's a show business.
And then between first show and second show, I had a bone
boot.
graft done on my jaw, and I had
yeah.
to perform on a shitload of medication, and
And
that
then
was
I
a mess.
ruined-
best time.
It was so
the best
bad.
time, baby.
And I ruined that for Steven because I told him, I was like, hey, where do you think they get the bones that they're going to graft into your mouth from?
Right.
And he's like, I don't know. And I was like, well, it's either got to be from animals or from dead people. It's probably from dead people because it's hard to put animal DNA in your bones.
Yeah.
And it's from dead people.
It was from dead people, so I had a bunch of dead people. I have a bunch of. I still have a bunch of dead
Yeah,
people
dead
in my
people
mouth.
grafted into his mouth, and
Yeah.
I'm proud to have.
So
made
now,
him
when I make a bad decision, I
creeped
just
out.
blame it on them. I just go, "It was Greg's fault."
Yeah.
Greg. It's
I totally creeped
Greg's
you out
issue.
there. Like, for a week,
I know.
he was,
I was
grossed out.
really creeped out. Okay, so you come to LA, and your first.
Yeah.
What's the job that you come here for?
So I came here for voiceover. I studied voiceover. So, backstory: I went to college for Japanese and linguistics. I didn't use it in my career. I decided I didn't want to be a teacher, and I didn't prefer children. So after college, I was like, "What do I do?" My mom is a speech and language therapist. She's like, "Wait, why don't you do voiceover?" I did a couple classes. That's a lot of fun because she knew I did acting in high school. So I was like, "All right." So I took voiceover lessons, and I loved it. Did that for 2 years. Then I moved to LA for that.
Wow.
And
what was your first gig? Was a video game?
Yeah, called The White Knight Chronicles. I played kind of a bunny rabbit guy named Rouse with like a weird Indian accent.
God.
An exotic accent.
Now, when you do voiceover, do you ever do any voice matching, or is it strictly like unique characters?
I learned about it in classes, but I've never done much voice matching.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a. I remember that game. And you know who else was in that? A lot. Our dear friend Dana Snyder was in that
Okay.
video game as well.
Oh wow.
Who's been on the live nighttime show? Yeah. So talented. He's on Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Yeah.
Master Shake.
Master Shake.
Yeah.
Oh, I love his voice.
Fry.
What's so? How did you end up going from that to doing Mind of Mencia? Like, you got to tell us about.
I
what that
wasn't
set
booking
was
enough
like.
voiceover work, and I needed to pay rent. So I was like, I better diversify myself. So I got an on-camera manager who believed in me. God bless his heart.
Wow.
And he thought I had something. He was like, all right, I'll represent you. He was a small-time manager. I just started going on auditions, and I was such like a noob idiot because I hadn't even taken like real acting classes. And the first job that I booked was Mind of Mencia. That was actually my first audition too.
Whoa!
Wow.
Yeah.
Are you still with that manager?
No, I mean, eventually I had to leave him. He was like, because he's older and he likes representing these small time actors who are struggling and trying to make it.
Sure, yeah,
He's
I
like,
get
you're kind of getting too big for this, and it's too much stuff to
Wow.
deal with.
He's like, I don't want to deal with somebody too successful.
Well, no, I mean that
but you
wasn't
know what?
his purpose.
Yeah.
Like
You know-
for him personally, like he's pretty much a retired guy.
Like
It was
I just signed with an agent who agreed to sign me as an interim agent. She was
Yeah.
like, you can be with me for 5 months if you want to, because I have something at the end of the year that I kind of need to be available for to be
Yeah.
able to go and sign with someone else. And she was like, that's fine. Like there are people out there who are like down to help you build, and then there are people who are like, once you've hit a level, they're like, yeah, well, we'll see you. I had a guy at ICM say to me, I really love you, and someday you'll be famous enough for me to represent you. And I was like, okay, cool. Like, I'm cool with that. Like, that's fine. At some point, maybe that'll be the game plan. But for right now,
Yeah, there's
and
different
then you were
levels.
completely naked.
right. And then I just pulled my dick out.
Yeah, it's like, why aren't you blowing me?
Why aren't you blowing me? You were on. I know that you were on How I Met Your Mother, which was a cool gig.
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah.
But there's a gig that you did.
Who'd you play on How You Met Your Mother?
I was Lewis. I was one of the students for a while. Ted Mosby.
He was a
I was
architecture professor.
Confuse
or
him
whatever.
with Mr. Mosby on
Yeah.
the Disney Channel.
Right.
Phil Lewis.
Different guy.
Black guy.
Yeah.
Right. Yes.
Robbie is a big fan of his.
He's a nice gentleman.
Can you hook me
Very
up?
funny.
I mean,
He's the one that was on that show with Ashley Tisdale.
Yeah.
I'll call him Mr.
Sweet Life.
Lewis.
Anyway.
Okay. Please.
So Ted Mosby had a classroom of students, and I was one of the students, but they didn't really like me on that set, so whatever.
Whatever. You were.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they like you?
Oh God. Well, if you really want to get into it, Joshua Radner, is that his name? Josh Radner.
Okay.
He was having a bad day.
Is he the one who plays Ted?
Yeah, he kind of took it out on me.
Oh, really?
For not being on my stuff, but I was actually waiting for him. Like, I interrupt him, and I was waiting for him to say a word because it's a very important word.
So it's a
Otherwise,
trigger word in the scene.
It doesn't make sense
It's your cue.
grammatically.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
sure.
it fills in a sentence. And he was like, "Hey, excuse me, why?" He's not talking. Why isn't he why isn't he doing the stuff? And then the director was all the way in Video Village. She wouldn't come over. And I was just like, whatever. And they didn't like
And of course,
when
they're
I
going to side with the star
pulled
every
away
single
from,
time.
like, yeah.
Yeah.
And I drew too much focus to myself in the scene. They didn't like that. So they just started cutting my lines. And then they did like a baseball lineup later with the girl and the jock. And they're like, oh, great job. Such a cute voice. Oh,
Yeah.
awesome, bro. And they just gave me a little pat. They're like,
Did you meet Neil Patrick Harris?
yeah.
Was he nice? Or
No, I didn't meet him at all. I just worked that one day.
Okay.
And
That's an interesting one. You were on my favorite television show, probably my favorite TV show of all time. You were on
Two
you
Broke
say-
Girls.
No,
Tim and
Tim and
Eric.
Eric.
Awesome
Oh,
show.
yeah.
Great job. Which Matt is not a fan of. I'm like a major fan. I've
Yes.
seen every episode.
So-
I have done everything I can to get everyone that's worked on that show to do the nighttime show live. And we've had almost everybody involved.
That show is just way too real for me.
I love it.
it is real life. I'll tell you
It's
how
so
that
good.
happened.
Let me know. I got to hear this.
So I was kind of in between acting jobs right then, and it was sort of, I don't want to say extra work, but it was like featured extra actor work. And they needed some nerd types, and I was like, hey, I don't have anything to do. They're offering free craft services. I think I got like paid $75 that day.
Yeah.
It was pretty much like getting invited to like a guy party in the middle of the day in some random apartment. And then, of course, I'm the only one who stood out. I was the only Asian kid. I was super young back then. I'm with all these older dudes. I'm like,
I remember the episode.
am I going to
too.
get raped? And I didn't even know what that I didn't even know they do a whole song. I found that out in post production when I'm watching it on TV, but I didn't know they were doing that. I didn't know that was the reason why we were there that day to film a music video for that song.
Right.
They were just like, hey, can you guys dance around, do some clapping? I did some awkward, funny stuff.
Yeah.
And then I realized through the end of the hour, like, oh, we're just regular guys having some free food.
Yeah. They were Tim and Eric. Big time
That's
in
Robbie's dream, by the way, getting paid to hang out with a bunch of guys and eating free food.
It was very guerrilla style what we did that day.
Our friend Steve Kaufman was in an episode of Bedtime Stories, Tim and Eric Bedtime Stories. It was almost the exact same thing. Like you show up, you know who they did that to was Eric Charles Nielsen, one of our favorite comedians. Shows up to do the show. They tell him that he's going to be playing like some part. It was like, oh, Eric, you're going to come and you're going to be playing like a school teacher today. And he was like, oh, okay, whatever. And he shows up and he's real weird. And then they're like, okay, Eric, put on this costume with these assless chaps. And he was like, wait, what's going on here? And then they put him in this like weird costume and they put him on a green screen and they had him walk around on his hands and knees on a green screen. And they were like, okay, let's do a quick interview with him. Before you know it, he had no idea what he was doing that day. They cut him into a fake boy band where they're riding him in a fake music video. And they're like, they're tiny little people riding on a giant Eric Charles Nielsen creature in the mountains. And like, he had no idea. And he was not happy. Like he was totally, completely weirded out with the whole thing. But I love.
Is that how your dad teaches school too? Does he wear assless chaps and let people ride around him? Is he a school teacher? No, okay.
No.
Just Eric Charles Nielsen was his teacher.
That sounds pretty much right on the money. Did you? How did Scrubs come about? Was that before Nickelodeon Disney stuff started happening?
No. One of my first jobs was iCarly, so that was before.
What a huge, massive show! Like that.
Yeah, they were
crazy.
Great. They had Rock Band in their crafts. And that was still to this day the best craft service room I've ever been to, and the nicest people.
Oh my God.
Nathan Kress is like, hey, between shoots, let's play Rock Band and eat yummy shrimp.
Yep.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah, he had They had Michelle Obama on an episode of that show.
It was great.
It was ridiculous.
And I think Miranda's in college now studying.
She's on a new TV show on NBC, I believe.
Fantastic.
Yeah, she's killing it.
Yeah, but so Scrubs was after that. I auditioned for it. I actually auditioned it before, so I auditioned twice. And it's funny because I kind of knew. I was like, okay, this is me.
Right.
I'm the guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I didn't get it because the casting director, he liked to read really fast. Like some casting directors you meet like to kind of screw with you or to see if you'll stick to your choices, so they read really fast. Mm-hmm. But then the second time I went and I was prepared for it, I was like, I know exactly how he's going to read it, and then I booked it.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
What was Zach Braff like? Did you get to work with Zach?
I met him. He was on his way out. Like, if you watch the very last season 9 of Scrubs, he's in the first half, but he sort of leaves midway to part ways so us new students can.
Who else was on there?
Donald Faison.
So great.
Sarah Chalky?
Was Kate McCucci on there at the same time?
No, Kate McCucci's on Steven Universe with me, though.
She's so great.
Yeah, she's my love interest, actually.
What?
Yeah, it's wild.
We love McCucci.
Love the cooch.
Yeah, the cooch.
What was I saying? Scrubs, it was just Donald Faison and Dr. Cox.
Yeah.
The main doctor, and Liza Coop.
What was that set like?
That was fun. It was like with Dave Franco, Carrie Bechet, Michael Mosley, Nikki Whelan. They've all flourished in their own respects. Dave Franco was one of the nicest people I've ever met.
Oh my God, that's so great. Now what came first, Big Time Rush or No Strings Attached?
I don't remember.
All right, now listen, you and me, we met on Big Time Rush.
Yeah.
What was the episode?
What was
the episode that I didn't watch of your television
Big Time
show?
Blogger?
Yeah,
it was the
Big Time Blogger with Deke the Blogger.
Deke the Blogger.
What, was the blogger a dog?
No, he was the blogger.
Me.
Okay.
He was the dog.
And my nipples lit up.
Yeah.
In the
Light up
diagram
nipples.
on me.
Yes, they did.
If they liked you or not.
Yeah,
Right.
and you had this like computer strapped to your body.
Yeah, that was interesting.
And you would. And my favorite was that you went up into the. They said, there's like a line where they lock you into a room.
Yeah.
And then you bust out. You go in through the air vents.
The air vents.
So
I forgot about that.
So the boys like they go to like check on him because they like screw up the guys on Big Time Rush like they screw up.
Yeah.
They screw up and they're like horrible to him, right? And they say awful things and they drive him crazy. And so then he's writing a horrible review of how bad the band is and how they're like fake and crappy guys. So they lock him in a room. Okay. And then he ends up getting up into the air vents. And I always thought it was super funny because they open the door to like check on him and he's gone from the room. And Logan goes, oh my God, he's in the air vents. And it was like it was just such a great, like Hollywood, like, script movie scene. It was so funny. And then it's you just trying to like get through the air vents and like, you're just,
And then I'm looking
crawling
down at them.
Yeah. Like looking down
fun.
at them and pestering them.
Those guys were a lot of fun to work with. It was like being back in college. They were so like just
They were
fratty.
so nuts and fratty and crazy.
Like me and Carlos would just play pranks on Scott Fellows.
Right.
We would like change his screensaver or his like desktop, background.
Yeah.
They would do stuff like that. They would change his desktop to like porn
Or like my butt
something.
or
Yeah,
something.
a picture of someone's butt. Yeah, it was like constantly doing horrible things to Scott.
A bunch of monkeys.
Those guys are a bunch of monkeys. Yeah, no. You were great. And you were super
Thank
funny
you.
on the episode.
That was my first guest star. I remember that. I had no idea what I was doing. Like I didn't know what coverage was when
Right.
someone does coverage because before then I was used to being a co-star. They do all my coverage and all in one shot. They
Right.
don't come back to do it because you're just
Yeah.
co-star. But guest stars actually get their own, camera pointed at them and then the camera pointing at the guys. And I thought I needed to know my lines all the time, even though the guys were getting coverage. Sometimes I would run back into the shot and be like, I didn't do that right, and they'd be like, "Whoa, what are you doing?"
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah, no. When we were doing the show, we talked about it off the air a little bit, but you were like, "Did we meet? Like, when did we meet?" And I looked back at the episode. I was never in a scene with you.
Yeah.
That never happened.
No.
But I used to hang out on the set on days that I wasn't shooting because I loved being on television so much that I just never wanted to leave. They had to tell me after like 2 years of doing the show, like, you need to fucking go home, man.
They're like, Steven, you have a job.
Yeah,
you have a job.
They were like, you can relax. Like, you don't have to be here every day. You can go home. But I would go there all the time when I wasn't working because I just loved it. I just loved being there. It was so
That's
much
great.
fucking fun. What about what's like this show that you're on, Two Broke Girls? What season are you guys in?
We're gonna start our 6th season in August.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Christ, man, that is a lot of television.
Yeah, now we're
How many
syndicated.
episodes?
We're more than 115
Oh
at
my
least.
God,
I don't
man.
know.
And you're syndicated now.
Yeah.
Cha-ching.
So we're on TBS all the time. Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
That is enormous. What a huge accomplishment, man. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah,
Seriously,
yeah.
that's outrageous. And something that kind of hits me. It kind of hits me about your character, and it kind of reminded me a little bit of. It's reminding me of my own stuff, which is kind of weird. But I have to ask you this: they make fun of you a lot on that show. They write a lot of jokes, and you make fun of them a lot too.
Yeah, yeah.
You have great lines. Who writes that show? Like, who's writing?
Oh, the
on
writers, our crew of writers, they're brilliant. And Michael Patrick King, yeah.
Yeah, so damn
boss.
funny. Do you ever get offended? Like, does the joke ever happen where you get your feelings hurt?
I've heard so many I used to play that in season 1, but the thing about that, it doesn't work.
To get offended.
Yeah, because then everybody feels bad for you,
No, I mean,
and it becomes
like personally. Have you
personally?
ever? Has they ever made a joke that you're like, oh, that's a little hard on me?
Not on me personally. We mainly worry about if it's whether we've pushed it too far with the audience, because that's what our show likes to do. Take 2 steps to the edge, and then pull it back a little bit.
Right.
But sometimes we just go too far, and we're like, one time we made a Nazi joke, and
those are my favorite.
and it was not good. And Jonathan was the one who pitched a new joke, which was much funnier anyway.
What was it? Do you remember?
I don't remember. But the key with our boss is it's got to be a funny joke.
Sure.
It has
I get that.
to be like, you have to like, so even if it is kind of offensive, if it's funny, he's still going to put it in, you know?
Yeah.
Now,
No,
do do you wind up taping a lot of stuff that gets either taken out with notes or in the editing process where they're like, no, we're not going to actually air that?
I don't even remember. My brain is like, whoop, whoop, and goes out the
Once
other
that
end.
episode's done,
That's
you're like,
short-term.
what happened
Yeah.
on that episode? I can't remember.
I've trained my brain to be
Yeah.
very short term now.
Yeah, you kind of have to because you know what? There are.
The girls have to memorize so many lines. I mean,
I'm sure I'm sure you go back and you see an episode and you're like, when did that happen? Oh,
Yeah.
and then you sort of remember it.
yeah, I mean, there
But-
was one line. There was an Aborigine line which I felt bad about. I was the one who said that.
Do you get hate mail from people like over things you say on the show? Like, are like,
Yeah, sometimes
how dare
like
you say
that
about
was a
Aborigines?
bad line. I mean, I'll admit that was.
What was the
That
line?
was really offensive. God, it was, I was saying that I had a girlfriend, or I was seeing somebody. I don't know. I think the play on words was with original and Aborigine, though. But it just was. It was like a bad joke because.
Is your show syndicated in Australia?
Yeah, and then there was a bit of backlash from that.
Did you get any backlash from your character in general? Like, have you ever gotten any?
I do.
Because I think
I did in the
you're
beginning. but-
hilarious on the show.
Thank you. The backlash now is people making backlash. It's still the way I was in season 1. Honestly, it's like people who haven't done the research. I mean, I always ask people, have you seen every single episode of the show? Like, if they're hating on me, because usually they haven't.
Yeah.
It's usually stuff that they've seen in season 1, which grew and changed, and that's how sitcoms work.
Are those
They
like
evolve.
groups who are like you're too much of a stereotype and they object to that? Or
Yeah, or just Han's English was a lot more broken in the first season. And I get so irritated at this whole stereotype thing because it's
You're
like
playing a character, like a
I'm
real
playing a character on TV who's representative of that character. I'm not representative of the entire community. Also, I also find that Asians get super upset that I'm not one of those attractive Asians. You know?
What? You're a very good looking guy.
No. Thank you.
Come on.
No. Like,
Robbie would fuck you.
Well, to be fair, I'd want you to fuck me. So I mean, like you'd be on top. I'd be cool with that.
you like being a bottom.
Yeah,
Avery.
no, like we could do.
I can
fun-
be a switch. I can be a switch.
we're gonna get into that later, Robbie.
Hang on, real
Hold
quick.
on.
Avery, this is the show. This is what we're doing.
I gotta say, I'm thoroughly entertained. I haven't said a word. I'm just Robbie. I don't know where you're from,
Thoroughly.
but God bless your soul. You have a great life. Matt bless you. Steve. This is just a great experience.
Avery, thank you for being here, for making, for producing and making it happen today.
Oh, it's
I
my
appreciate
pleasure.
it.
Absolutely.
So awesome.
So back to having sex
Back
with
to
each other in the
Yes,
butt.
of course. Yeah.
Wouldn't start that way.
Back to Matt banging Robbie's big ass.
Why
One
is
second.
this happening? Oh, good lord! Oh, good lord!
You know what would be like one of my dreams is to like I want to have
Jesus.
I would love to get banged by like every like tons of different guys from different cultures and then go out to eat to like the cheap American version of that culture's restaurant.
So wait, so
like a
after, okay,
multicultural
So, like,
gangbang.
Can we hold on for a second? I gotta jump back to Robbie for a minute.
No, like
So you're watching American Dad with the Middle Eastern dude.
Oh God, this is really happening.
Who makes the move?
he made the move.
And what was the move?
He grabbed my thigh.
Did he say, I've got a big gun?
And then, like, do you start like making out at that point, or is that the move?
You know, thigh touching always gets me.
thigh touching. I mean, thigh touching.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
that's the sign.
Oh yeah, that's
Like
solid.
if a woman touches your thigh, like it's on. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't control myself.
So okay, so then
Well, like basically, I asked him what he did for work, and he's like, "We have no time for that."
that guy's
That's
sick.
This is
sexy.
getting
That's
real.
smooth.
So I was like, wow, okay, you know, like so I don't like his house, like his apartment looked like a condo that he owned. Like
Right.
it was fucking
Yeah.
gorgeous. Like
He knows
had,
what he wants,
like,
man.
Yeah, he
modern
knew what was
art.
up.
Like, he had like stuff that you shouldn't
Something
buy
was
as a
up.
rational person.
Sure.
Like a statue, like it had
Here
a
we
base.
go.
And it had like little holes in it, like that modern art that
Yeah,
no
yeah.
one would spend real money on.
Yeah, and he had
And he spent
this
money on
going
it.
I was
on.
like, yeah. So I'm like, I'm down to put out for this. You know.
Okay.
I also
Now-
feel like his place was staged like a porno because that's what he's seen. He's like, this is what's
This is
right,
what-
and that's
yeah.
why we don't have time because it's only a 20-minute video.
Right.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
It's like nobody's sitting through the plot part of this. They're going to fast forward through this part anyways. Let's get to the action.
Fast forward through Netflix and chill.
Yeah.
Did you guys end up going to the bedroom? Was there a bedroom, or did this happen out in the?
It started on the couch, but I fell
Did he
off.
just take you on the couch?
fell off the
fell
couch?
Was this during the action portion when you fell off?
Yeah, like, so...
Did he fuck you off the couch? Is what I'm asking.
Oh no, Robbie!
I fell off the couch, and
Right.
that was when he was like starting to undress me, and I kind of freaked out, and I was like, and I kind of
Did you tell him it was your first
Very
time?
natural twitch.
Did you keep your shirt on?
Were you like, it's like if I'm going to the pool, I'm keeping my shirt on.
I'm referring to the first time. The first time I had sex. I kept my shirt on too. So if that
Was it
happened.
out also with the Middle Eastern guy?
It was with a Middle Eastern guy as
He
well.
had a thing for squeezing my love handles.
Hey, wow.
So like,
That's
he,
his thing,
like, he
okay.
would just grab like the sides of my fat, and I was just.
And was he a well-endowed individual?
I mean, when it's going in your ass, it's well endowed.
Oh my
Doesn't
God.
matter how big it is; it's pretty well endowed.
I just this episode's called Robbie's Sexcapades. Also, Matt Moy's here. You're like the burger sandwich of his bun, and I mean that in every sense of the metaphor.
I'm in the sidecar
You
while he's
really are.
ordering.
You're Robin.
Man, oh, man.
You're Robin to his buttcapades.
To his butt.
I'm his tater to his tot.
That's right.
Oh my God. This is fantastic.
Yeah.
I love everything that's happening.
Now,
Yeah.
did you use protection, Robbie? Tell me you used protection.
Yeah.
That's a no.
No.
If it's like that's a no.
Like,
Oh, Robbie.
it
Robbie,
sounded
you gotta
like
be
you.
careful.
Well,
You don't know where this Uber driver's been.
he's been all over L.A.
Yeah, he does this a lot. You got to be
God, but
careful.
his apartment's nice.
We know where he's been now.
Yeah, I know. We know where he's been.
Oh, I mean, like,
Can you trust a man in purple pants? Is that?
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I think
Now,
so.
After this has happened, is it physically comfortable for you the next day, or is there discomfort after that happens?
He had a bag of ice made up for me.
I knew there was going to be an
This
ice
is
pack.
that's a nice guy.
That's a good guy. He's a gentleman.
That's a good man right there. I like this guy.
So you sat on it afterwards, or
Well, no, like when
you lay on your stomach, he puts it on
boy.
your butt for
he
you? or-
massaged my butt cheeks,
Oh.
and he put like the bag of ice on top of it,
Classy.
and
Now, sometimes I know with a woman the first time, there can be a little trickle of blood.
Oh Jesus!
okay, so here's the thing.
No.
Wait, Matt.
Yeah. I like where this is going.
I
This
want to
is-
know, Matt, do you provide an ice pack?
I don't. I should, but I
You
don't.
probably
you
should.
dick.
Let me
like,
tell you.
yeah.
Wait, real quick,
Your own-
before we jump any further into the Robbie hole, until we jump into the Robbie hole.
a deep and gaping. Oh.
Oh my God, Matt Walker literally almost ruined our entire friendship. We've been friends
Unintentionally.
We've been friends for
13 years.
I was gonna say 15 years, but somewhere
Yeah.
between 13 and 15. So long. I was friends with him longer than he was friends with me. Okay. We're hanging out one night, and he goes like this.
This is
He
like
goes
2 years ago.
2 years ago, and he goes
10
like
years
this.
of friendship.
10 years of friendship down almost completely down the toilet. He goes like this. He goes, "Hey, you want to see a picture of a girl I've been banging?" I go, "Yeah, I mean, I guess so." He goes, "Hey, check this out, right? Picture of her boobs." I was like, "Oh, very nice." He goes, scan over one, okay? Picture of her butt. I was like, "Whoa, very nice." He goes, one over, picture, and it's just a picture of a penis that is literally the size of like a fucking pool cue, like a pool.
What's a pool cue?
Not a pool cue, like a pool.
Pool stick.
Pool stick. It's
Yeah,
like a pool stick.
cue. They're called pool
It's
cues.
like a baseball
Pool sticks
bat.
are really long.
It's very, very long. This thing. It's and I go, "Whoa, is that her penis?" And he goes, "No, it's mine. But just don't make a big deal of it." And I go, "Don't make a big deal of it." I was like, you took it with panorama. Like that's a fucking embarrassing
this is a great thing, right?
penis to have happen. Here's the problem. I went to sleep that night. I had a nightmare about his penis. Not kidding you. This is a real thing. Chasing me down the street. Okay, and it was like, "Aren't we friends?" And it was chasing me, and it was red,
Head
red
first,
haired.
yeah.
I was running away, crying. I woke up sweating,
Wait,
covered in
I
sweat.
have a question. Why did you text him that picture?
I didn't
though?
text. We were in the car
We were
driving.
sitting next to each other. He was like,
No,
"Hey,
but you were like,
take a look
go
at
on
the picture."
over. Go on over. Go on over.
No, I didn't remember sending it to her, and it's in the
Fucking-
thing, and
You know, the thing that upset me the most about it, because I don't have a problem with him
because
having
like
a
that
giant
happens,
penis.
like it scrolls through, like I'm scrolling through and I scroll
not
and it's
okay.
like, oh, and I scroll real fast, and then like we're silent for like 20 seconds. I'm like, let's not make this a weird big.
No, and I was like, you know what? Here's why it's upsetting to me is because he chose comedy, okay, as like a life career, not porn, which is what he should be doing with his life. Like
You're blessed,
and-
Matt.
and
You're blessed.
every time he tells me about a girl that he's like, "Oh, I went out with this girl. She's crazy." It was like, yeah, you made her crazy. You broke her brain with your penis. Like you broke it. It's not okay.
It happens. I mean, it's a weird thing. Like girls are normal beforehand, and then they just get
Oh
nuts.
God, it's not okay. It's horrendous.
So are you a
Hey.
grower or a shower? Matt?
Both.
It's both. It's both. Let's jump back.
Wow.
Listen, we gotta jump from that.
Because he's got a monster cock. He's got a huge thingy.
We gotta jump. We gotta get out of here
No, back to
shortly.
Matt
But
Moy.
wait, no, listen. We gotta get out of here shortly. But we
I don't
gotta
want to
talk
about my penis.
Listen, Matt. We gotta talk about something very important.
No, for
to me.
any girls listening on Tinder, Matt Moy is the one with the enormous penis.
Yes, Matt Moy has an enormous penis. I've seen it. I think
It's
it
huge.
block out the sun.
Oh
It's
my God.
You
huge.
would believe the penis on this
Now
guy.
the level of expectation is so high.
When you were on Celebrity Cupcake Wars,
Yeah.
and you fucking won.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tell me about being on that show.
It was great. Me and my partner fought Joey Lawrence, Dita Von Teese, and Holly Madison.
Now,
And
did they
Fuck
team
you,
up?
Joey Lawrence. You ain't got shit.
yeah, he was a cool guy though.
Do they
No,
team
I'm
you
sorry,
up with a
I
baker?
like that guy.
What?
Is that how that works? They team you
No,
up
no,
with a baker?
we got to choose our own bakers. So my friend Megan helped me.
Okay, so you bring
She's
somebody
a great
you know,
baker.
like, because do you do a lot of baking yourself? Or not?
I have. Yeah.
Okay, because see, I'm a huge one of my goals in life is to become famous enough to go on one of those celebrity cooking shows where I get to cook. Because
Yeah.
that's because I love to cook, and I'm like,
Yeah.
so I just need to get famous enough to get on one of those shows. That's like my goal in show
Do it,
business.
Matt.
Do it, man. You can do it. All those
nothing
other
stopping
fucking
us enough to be on that show.
random ass people get to do it. Why don't you get to
I don't
do
have
it?
Joey Lawrence fame.
No, but you can be on like one of those regular, like, the kitchen.
No, but they hire real chefs for that. I'm not good enough
Open
in
a
either one of the
restaurant.
categories
Do
yet.
YouTube videos. Like I watch Gordon Ramsay's YouTube videos. I watch the one like how he makes a steak, and literally I was sitting there and I got hard. I was just like it wasn't like
There's too much penis happening in this episode,
all I can
Matt.
say is that
We're talking about food.
Yeah, penis is food.
You could do no, but you could do that. You should make videos, Matt. You should make YouTube videos of the stuff that you're cooking.
To cook?
Yeah, because if you do that, you can get a big YouTube following for cooking. People will be like,
Talent
"Oh my
is a
God."
cognitive ability to process something and execute it.
And
Yeah.
fat gay
And
men will.
you can cook and execute that.
Look at Matt Moy bringing the heat.
Yeah.
Come on. So did you have
Sounds
fun
good.
doing the
Maybe I will.
show?
Yeah, totally. It was really intense though, but yeah, it was fun.
Have you done the show before?
No.
Have you
What kind
never
of-
done a cupcake show like that?
No.
What kind of cupcakes did you make?
Oh, I made a sweet potato based cupcake with
Nice.
it was a brown butter sweet potato cupcake with cardamom and thyme, with a marshmallow buttercream frosting and candied pecans on top. That was our first round.
Whoa.
Did you practice that before doing it on the show? Like you'd made that a bunch of times, like in your apartment or your
I
house?
can't tell you all my secrets, but I did practice a lot baking cupcakes in general.
Yeah.
Before I was on the show, I didn't want to look stupid.
Yeah.
I
I
read
get
that,
that.
for like cooking shows, the contest cooking shows, that they put the people in like intentionally stressful positions.
You know,
Any reality show does that.
yeah, I mean, for story wise, but I wasn't really aware of any, so
Were they nice people to work
yeah,
with?
they were super nice. Yeah.
That's cool. That's a really cool. I had a situation with Cupcake
He was a
Wars.
judge on regular
I was a
Cupcake
celebrity
Wars.
judge.
Yeah.
Thank you very much on Cupcake Wars on the regular show, and they said to me ahead of time, I'm just re-screwing myself basically. But they were like, "Hey, is there any ingredients you can't eat?" And I said, bacon. I don't eat bacon. And
You don't
'Cause
you
he's
really
pork. I'm Jewish, so I don't eat that. And I also no milk and meat together, no shellfish. And they were like, "That's Very sweet. This is a cupcake show. I don't think you have to worry about any
Wait,
of
but
that.
milk is an ingredient.
have
Not
milk,
milk,
but not
just
milk
not
and
milk
meat
and
together.
meat together. I can't eat them together.
Why?
It's a
Ask
Jewish.
Moses.
There's a Jewish law about not eating milk and meat together.
It's supposed to
Some
be
guy
You're not supposed to
2,000 years ago wrote a book.
You're not supposed to
said you're not
kill
supposed to
a
do it.
cow and then dip it into the milk that you get from it.
Oh, I
Something-
get it. Yeah,
something
yeah.
like that
it's
is
like
wrong.
feeding, a baby chick some egg.
But I would
Right,
totally
yeah,
do that.
You're not supposed to do it. Whatever. That's like the Jewish law,
Cheeseburgers are the
right?
best.
So point is,
Wait, does that mean you can't eat cheeseburgers?
can't eat cheeseburgers, no pepperoni pizza. I've had it. I've had pepperoni pizza when I was a kid because we didn't really follow the rules when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Until
And
your
then
sister ruined your life.
My sister was
She
like,
went to Hebrew school and ruined your life.
She's like, wait a second, we can't do any of this. And I was like, you shut the fuck up. I like Domino's pizza and eat it.
Oh, cheeseburgers. That's a shame, man.
They're the best.
I know.
Yeah, but you ate Domino's pizza. That you would.
That's what's a big deal when I was a kid. We got
But
a Domino's
Jewish
in my
law for-
neighborhood. It was a big deal.
Papa John's I can understand, but Domino's.
Robbie's virginity is brought to you by Domino's Pizza. Domino's Pizza, 2 for 10. 2 for 10, guys.
So you go on the show.
You go on the show. I got
And then the first cupcake he gets,
is a bacon cream cheese cupcake.
no, barbecue pork.
Barbecue
Pulled
pork.
pork.
Thank you. A pulled pork cream cheese cupcake. And I said, I can't eat this to the producer. And she went, just fucking eat it. That was her exact response to me. Just fucking eat it. Back to me. So I very gently took a little teeny bit of the bottom. It was like, good. Put it back, put it down. She was really not happy with me.
Wait, but you told them
Just
before.
pissed. Yeah. Okay. Show ends. We have a great time doing the rest of the show. And then after the show, about 2 weeks later, I'm hanging out. I'm having a nice little night. Me and my girlfriend are out. We're having a nice dinner, and we run into TMZ. And TMZ is like, "Hey man, Cupcake Wars airing tomorrow. So exciting that you're on that show. Was it fun?" I said, "No, it was fucking gross. It was not cool. I was very upset." And they were like, "Why was it gross?" I go, "Well." And I told them the story. I was like, I said this, and they fucking did this anyways. And they said, fuck you, eat the cupcakes. And I was like, I'm Jewish. I don't want to eat it. And it was like, whatever. TMZ posted the story and said, basically, big time Nickelodeon star gets screwed by Cupcake Wars and made it all about them being anti-Semitic. Food Network called Nickelodeon, like the heads of Food
Wow.
Network called the heads of Nickelodeon, were like, we're never working with your network again. Like we're never working together after this, right? Big fucking blowout. Nickelodeon calls my manager. They're like, you just screwed us cute. Tell him he's a fucking asshole for not eating the cupcake and making a big fuss about it. Like, what kind of guy is this? Okay. They call me, my manager calls me. He's like, why did you have to do that? Why couldn't you just pretend like, you made us look like a bunch of assholes. Now Food Network doesn't want to work with Nickelodeon. It's a whole fucking mess. Right?
You're an
all
actor.
this stuff.
Act like
Just
you're eating a
act like you're
cupcake.
eating a cupcake. What's the matter with you? Right? They're all doing
They're all
this.
Jerry
It's a big-
Seinfeld out of nowhere.
Right?
What's wrong with you? Eat the cupcake! Eat the cupcake!
Eat the cupcake.
Who cares?
Feels like something like a Larry David kind of.
Wait, so what happened? What
It's a
happened?
real-
What happened?
What ends up happening is Kendall from Big Time Rush,
Love Kendall.
great kid, getting off the airplane. TMZ stops him. They go, "Hey, did you hear this whole situation happen with camera in his face? Hey, did you hear this whole situation happening with Steven Kramer Glickman and Cupcake Wars?" And he goes, "What are you guys talking about?" And they go, supposedly Steven Kramer Glickman is like a kosher Jewish guy who doesn't eat bacon, and Cupcake Wars like made him eat bacon and cream cheese. I mean, is he like just being a drama queen, or does he really not eat that stuff? And Kendall goes, "Are you kidding me? Steven's one of the most Jewish religious guys I know. I think it's very disrespectful that they did that to him." Mm-hmm. Within a day, Food Network apologized to Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon
Wow.
apologized to my manager. My manager apologized to me, and then Cupcake Wars sent me a bunch of cupcakes as to my.
Let's all
dressing
clap
room.
for Kendall.
I know.
Wow.
Kendall Schmitz.
Yeah.
Except
Love the
all the
guy.
cupcakes they sent him had pork on them.
Oh my god! And I love Cupcake Wars, and I would completely go back and do it again. And
good. I
and you
visited
should
the set.
never
It was a good
talk.
time.
You should never talk shit about, like, if you're having some sort of there's some sort of issue. You just keep it.
Why
You
was
don't
that
wanna,
producer
like-
so surprised? Like, this is Hollywood. Like, how many Jews line this? Jewish producers.
I know.
I just don't
know.
understand what the mindset was of asking you what you can't eat and
Yeah,
then
and then
giving it to
immediately
you.
going
Yeah, you
against
should never
it.
talk bad about shows you're on, which I can't believe the things Matt Moy said about Two Broke Girls.
Right.
It's outrageous what he just... No.
I think the real issue here is that people put pork on a cupcake.
Yeah, no.
I think that's the
It
real
looks
problem.
so good.
Yeah,
they
pork
gave
and
him a
cream
bunch.
cheese.
They gave him a bunch, and they
Ugh.
didn't send him that one. I wanted to try it too. It looked really good. That one, and there was a gummy, like a sour gummy worm cupcake that looked really
Oh
good.
God.
Like if you put the sour gummy worm in the cupcake, like in the cupcake, like the cake part of the cupcake,
Right.
that sounds good. But like on top of it, just
Oh,
It's
Robbie.
just an additive, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just-
All right, Matt. We've loved having you here.
thank you for having me.
Really
Thank you for being
appreciate-
here and listening to Robbie's horrible story.
the half porno show.
porno show. What do you have coming up? What's happening next?
I just did a beer commercial for, I don't know if I can talk about it yet,
Yeah.
but that was my first beer commercial, so that was really fun.
That's awesome.
yeah,
so
yeah,
cool.
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That must have been a good
Did
time.
you say
That
great
was-
taste or less filling?
Huh?
Have you done?
So before your time.
Have you
I'm so
done
old.
other? Yes, you really are. You're a very old man. Have you done other commercials? Is this like
Yeah, a long time ago, but this is my like first big one in a while. So yeah.
That's super exciting,
Yeah.
man. I love
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
One last little thing. When being on a show that's this big, Two
Yeah.
Broke Girls, right? Do you feel like being on a show, like coming and doing this podcast, and you're hanging out, and Robbie's telling these horrendous, wonderful
sure.
You told
sex
me
stories? No, I know. But do you ever feel like you're gonna get in trouble for like talking about things or being like on a show? Like, do you ever worry that like the network would get upset with you for being a part of something?
Well, I mean, we're a
Doing something?
pretty racy show anyway, so and I mean, I have nothing but positive things to say about the show. So
Yeah, no.
I
Well,
don't
that's
see
awesome.
why, yeah.
Okay,
are
good.
you okay with being associated with butt sex? Is what he's saying.
No, I don't think there's anything. I don't think there's anything wrong with butt sex. I think butt sex, great stuff. Great stuff.
There was one episode where they had this goat like ram me in the ass and like knocked me over and pulled down my pants. So
Did the goat
In
give you
that
an ice
order?
pack afterwards?
he was actually very gentle with me. I was like, hit me harder.
Oh my God! Where can people find you on the internet?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram. I'm sorry, my handle is the Moy Wonder on both of those.
That's a good one.
Follow
That's
right
good.
now.
I'm gonna follow you.
That is a good one.
And on Tinder, if you swipe
Oh
on,
no, I
you-
just deleted it.
Oh, what
I
are you on?
deleted-
What else are you on?
Nothing.
What dating?
I'm-
you not on
I'm-
any dating ones?
Nope, I'm free.
Well, listen, ladies, if you see Matt Moy in public on the street, tackle him and fuck the shit out of him. All right, the guy is very good looking, and he's
wow,
got
thank you, guys.
he's got a dick the size of a baseball
Oh,
bat.
don't hype me up.
Robbie, where can they find you?
They can find me in my apartment.
Oh God.
on
And then-
Grinder.
Yes, they can also find me on Grindr.
They can find him at Middle Eastern.
He has GPS tracking.
Now, are you going to see the guy
somewhere in
again,
his shorts.
Robbie?
Well, that's the thing. Like after we kind of had our thing,
Right.
I basically I went and I got a bowl of cereal, and he had fallen asleep. So I left him my number
Wow.
on
Okay.
like on his thing, and I was like, I bounced after.
Well, you know, the next time that you're
Wow.
That's actually no. Yeah, I got to say, Robbie, you are a good hookup app date.
Yes.
and that he didn't have to try to kick you out the next morning or anything like. You saved all the awkwardness. You're like, I'm just gonna leave.
yeah, and you
And
left him
leave
a
it as
little
nice
note.
No, but
That's
what if
very
he
good.
wanted
No.
you to stay and talk after?
What if he wanted you to help him pick out weird art for his apartment?
but he was like so caring to you, you
It's
know?
not like, but the thing is, like, that's got to be weird to wake up and like, I don't
And
know
see
if he
Robbie.
was drinking.
He might have been
Yeah,
able
exactly.
to give you a ride home because he's an Uber driver. Like that might have.
But I drove there.
Oh, all right. Okay. Well, where can they actually find you? What's your?
They can find me. My Twitter is Robbie Carlisle, Lysle. Same thing for Facebook and my website. And yeah, I'm actually I got a show I do at the Van Nuys Comedy Club on Wednesdays.
Hey,
If
the
you wanna see my-
Springbok. Well,
Yeah.
that's the Springbok.
Springbok.
Where me
Yeah.
and Matt used to perform back in the Dizzy.
Yeah, no, Billy Bats still runs it.
Great
and
place. A
it's-
lot of
Yeah,
fun.
we did it way before Billy Bats, like
Oh my God.
10, 12 years ago.
Yeah, they used
Matt
to,
Hummel
they
used to
used to
run it.
leave the TV on when we'd perform.
Oh, yeah.
What a fucking
wow.
nightmare. It's a lot better now. Matt, where can people find you?
You can check me out at funnymatt.com. If you don't like what I had to say on the show today, let me know at mattwalkersucks.com. And you can watch my comedy special for free on Amazon Prime just go to my website. You can find a link there.
I love it. But Avery, what about you, buddy?
Oh, they can find me on everything. Go on Twitter at Avery Funny or my website, averypearson.com.
I love it.
I love you.
I love
Where
you.
can they find you, Steven?
Well, I'm at Steven Glickman, STEPHEN, Glickman on all social media, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. On the YouTube, you can find clips from the Nighttime Show live. We have lots of really funny stuff up there. Great performances, great hilarious people.
And come see the Nighttime Show in person.
The Nighttime Show is always Saturday night. It's once a month, Saturday night at the Hollywood Improv, 10 p.m. We always have Fireball Whiskey. Fireball Whiskey gives away shots to the first 100 people that show up to the show, which is amazing.
Shots.
Amazing. Last month we gave away 20 dozen Krispy Kreme donuts to the audience because Logan Henderson from Big Time Rush came up on stage and helped us win a big prize, and people won donuts. It was super fun. Come check out the show and subscribe to the podcast. Don't forget to leave comments and like it, and we like you. So thank you for listening to the Nighttime Show. And